What's up, everybody? We got a good one today. Here's a video that is long overdue. I should have thought about doing a video like this a long time ago. Today, I want to talk about Joe Conzo's book, Born in the Bronx. Yes. Now, if you don't know who Joe Conzo is, let me just give you a brief a brief intro into who this incredible guy is. He is a Puerto Rican brother from New York City, the Bronx to be exact, and he's very well known as being hip hop's first photographer of sorts. He's definitely known with being down and friends with the Cold Crush brothers and took several of those early pictures of that group. And he's also taken just pictures of, the Bronx in its heyday, New York City in its heyday, and he continues to do that to this day. Now, since 2007, which is the year this book was first published, I have been traveling to the Bronx every summer for the Crotona Park Jams. The Tools of War Crotona Park Jams, now Grandmaster Flash Entertainment Crotona Park Jams. And the park jams are basically just like, a lot of New Yorkers have described how these jams went down in the 70s and 80s. And I've gotten to meet a unlimited amount of New York City hip-hop legends, including Joe Conzo. Now, let me just say I've met Joe many, many times. This is one of the nicest people I've ever met. Stand-up brother in every way, shape, or form. And it's always a pleasure to run into him and get to talk to him for a few minutes here and there. I bought this book in 2008 on one of my trips to Crotona Park. And over the years, I've taken this book back to New York like every single summer, and I've just been getting signatures of a lot of people who actually appear in here. Now, if you look right there, it says Peace and Blessings, Joe Conzo, 2008. So yes, Joe was nice enough to sign this for me. I just want to say big ups to that brother. Love him to death. And I just wanted to show you guys today some of the journeys and trips that this book has been on, and to show you the signatures that I have gotten over the years. So, we see Joe. Over here next to Joe, let's see, it says, to D, oh, what is that? Thank you. Thank you for the support. This is all up in here. To D, thank you for all of the support, Raheem, and that is Raheem from the Furious 5. Wow, I remember meeting that brother for the first time. That's another guy. I've met him a few times over the years. Man, I love Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Got every album. That was like, my introduction to rap music, along with Curtis Blow and the Sugar Hill Gang. Then, down here, right below Raheem, you got DJ Mean Gene from the legendary L Brothers. Mean Gene is another one. I've seen him at the park often, as well as other jams. He occasionally throws his own park jams in different parts of the Bronx as well. And then, right down below, right in this region right here, you have Special K from the Treacherous 3. Yes, that Treacherous 3. And I specifically remember when I got that signature because I was at a park jam one year, and Tila Rock, who is Special K's brother, was supposed to perform, but for whatever reason, he didn't end up showing up at all. And so at some point I run into Special K, and I go, hey man, blah, 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 I say my intro, and I go, can you sign my book for me? He was like, yeah, no doubt. And I go into my record bag, and as I'm pulling this book out, because I brought my Tila Rock Lyrical King album to be signed by Tila Rock, and then Special K sees, his record and goes, hey, that's my brother's record. And I go, I know, man, where is he? I thought he was supposed to be here today. And Special K was like, I don't know, man, I don't know. But yeah, this is that Special K signature. I met him for the first time in Milwaukee back in like 2004, somewhere in there, 2003, 2004. They were performing along with Kumo D at a concert at African World Festival, and they performed along with Houdini, KRS One, and Big Daddy Kane. They were all performing there. I have that recorded too. I'm gonna post that one of these days. I'll post it on here. But it was Kumo D was doing a solo performance. Nobody knew about the Treacherous 3 being there. So somewhere halfway into Kumo D's performance, he like leaves the stage, and then my homeboy DJ Wolf D, big up Wolf, who Kumo D's DJ, was doing his thing on the stage. And next thing you know, the whole Treacherous 3 excuse me, comes out, and then they do all of their Treacherous 3 songs. That was so cool. So I actually got to meet all three of those guys for the first time there. Never forget it. So let's flip this over on the back where we have this old school picture of Tony Tone. And there you go. That's where Tony Tone signed that for me. Now, Tony Tone from the Cold Crush Brothers is another brother that I've met many, many times. Stand up dude. Just, it's such a pleasure when you meet people that you admire so much, and they're just the coolest, most down-to-earth, modest people. It's such a pleasure, man. I got so much love and respect for this brother right here. Now, this is the cover. That's what I got on the cover, but we got a lot of stuff to show you on the inside. So we'll take the cover off. And I just want to show you what this inside cover is, how cool this book is. So he kind of made this like a train map of the Bronx, which is subway train map of the Bronx, which is pretty cool. And it just folds out into a big subway map. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, alright, so here's what the book looks like without the cover on it. So let's take a look inside. Alright, right off the bat, we have DJ Chuck City. We go over here to the legendary DJ Breakout. And then right there, we got Mr. Catch the Beat himself, T-Ski Valley. Now, probably somewhere at least 95% of all of the signatures I've got in here so far have been at the Crotona Park Jams. Every Thursday in July. Trust me, you want to check it out. If you're in New York, every Thursday pretty much in July. They just put out the lineup for this year, 2025, and you've got people like, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that lineup for you real quick, because I don't want to mess anything up. Where's that? Okay, here we go. So check this out. This is who's performing this year. July 10th, Jazzy J, Red Alert, DJ Hollywood, Grand Wizard Theodore, Rockin' Rob, Chuck City, and performing the Fearless Four. Yeah. July 17th, DJ Tony Tone, DJ Doo Wop, DJ Chubby Chub, DJ Smooth Ski, DJ Danny D, and the legendary world famous Brucey B. That's July 17th. July 24th, which is when I'll be there, DJ Cash Money, Lord Finesse, Large Professor, starting from scratch, featuring Grand Poobah and Russell Peters. Now, for some crazy reason, I don't know, they're not doing a jam on July 31st. They moved it into August, so August 7th. There'll be DJ Kid New, DJ Melstar, DJ Technician, Funkmaster Flex, and the Sugar Hill Gang with the Furious Five. So if that gives you any type of idea of what's going on, there you have it. And it's always hosted by Grandmaster Kaz. Sorry you can't see that too well. There you go. That's what the flyer looks like. Alright, so back to the book. I'm just gonna kind of quickly go page by page, and we're just gonna focus for the most part on the autographs, just to give you, and it's like just a book full of party flyers and, you know, all these parties and things that were going on in the Bronx back in the day. Look at this. This is some cool stuff. Flyers and pics and all of that. So, here we go. Okay, this is a good one right here. Got to meet this brother a couple times while... Wow, man. A few times in New York. Rest in peace to Cool DJ AJ, a.k.a. AJ Scratch. Man, another stand-up brother, showed me a lot of love when I first met him. Check this out. It's the Bronx for you. 70s, 80s, back when a lot of it was still just awful. Just in awful, terrible condition. Mayor Ford kicked it to the curb. Pretty much New York City as a whole. Really bad times. Check it out. We got DJ Charlie Chase in the place. Cold Crush Brothers got to meet Charlie Chase a couple times. Alright, let's find some signatures. Some more signatures. So much cool stuff. I wish I could go page by page, but just go out and get it. This was the first release. This book was re-released. How do they call that? There was like a second edition, if you will. The second edition has more pictures in it than this edition right here. I don't have the second edition. I'm very satisfied with this one right here. Let's take a look at this party flyer that has two DJs that were at that flyer. Cousins, as a matter of fact. We got DJ Jazzy J, and below Jazzy J, we got Cool DJ Red Alert. Once again, I can't say this enough, two more brothers has always been mad cool every time. I've met them so many times over the years, and they always been really super cool. Let's see who we got next. Ooh! Alright, check this out. So we got the legendary Cold Crush Brothers right here. And if you go over here, this is Grandmaster Kaz's signature. And if you go way over there, we got my main man, JDL. Now, let me tell you something about both of these brothers right here. So look how cool That signature. Look how cool that writing is. That is just so cool. I remember Cass, when he signed this, it was like a performance. It was like he took the book and he looked at it and then he put it in his lap. He like put it down in his lap. And then he took the marker. He goes like this. And then somebody was like, Cass, he's like, hold on, hold on, hold on. And then he takes the marker and he's like, and he's looking at it and then he goes, I'm kind of over exaggerating, but it was like a performance. And then when he was done, that's what the result was. Pretty cool. JDL, I first met JDL. I was on one of the Hush tours, the Hush hip hop tours. Go on one of those too, my goodness. And he was the host of the show. So the first one I took was the Bronx Harlem tour, and then the next year I took the Queens tour. But something happened. There was a new driver who got us lost, and I didn't even get to go on half of the tour. So the next summer after that, I tried it again, and the bus that they were using broke down. So there was no bus. Well, it was only 3 of us, because most of the time it's like a lot of people. But on that particular trip, there was only 3 of us. It was me, and then there was 2 guys from Berlin, I think, or something like that. So JDL, not wanting the whole day to be ruined, he says, hey, I tell you what, why don't you guys, instead of just, the whole tour going to waste, why don't you guys just come with me? We'll hop on the train and we'll go to 5 Points. I'll pay for everything. I'll buy you guys lunch, take care of your subway and all of that stuff. And that's exactly what he did. We hopped on the train. We go down. We get off to the train. We stop at a bodega. He buys us all refreshments and snacks and all of that stuff. And then we go to 5 Points. For those that don't know, 5 Points is like that, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 story building that was in Queens that was covered in graffiti. Covered in graffiti. I think it was a few years after that they ended up, painting the whole thing. And go look that up, 5 Points in Queens. Anyway, we got to go there. We seeing guys doing the painting live. And we got to go inside. There was like a little store in there where they were selling like, graffiti stuff in there. But there was a few people that was there, and they were like doing live murals and graffiti on the side of the building. One guy was way up on a ladder. I think he was like 2 stories up or so, 2-3 stories up, and he was doing this thing. It was really cool. And then so as when that ended and we're everybody's kind of departing, and me and JDL was just talking, and he said, what did he say? I was like, man, can you do me a favor? He said, yeah, what's up? I said, you know what? I brought my Cold Crush record with me. I didn't know I was going to see you today. It's at my hotel. Could I link up with you tomorrow? I'll come anywhere, in the city that you be. I want you to sign my record. I should have pulled that record out. Anyway. No, I'll never find it. He was like, where are you staying? I said, I'm up on the Upper West Side. He was like, I'll come to you. I said, all right. So the next day, I told him, where was I? I was like on, I think I was at the Belle Claire, which is 7. No, I was up further than that. I was at some hotel, it was somewhere between 90th and 100 in Broadway, somewhere in that area. So he meets me up there the next day at like 1 or 2 o'clock, and we meet up at this pizza spot. Takes me in there, man. He buys me pizza and a drink and whatever, and we just sat there for the next couple of hours talking about. He was telling me the illest hip hop stories. Some of them I cannot repeat, but he was just like, JDL ain't got no filter. If you can get with that dude and just get to talking about hip hop, he'll tell you some incredible, incredible stuff. Um, so yeah, man. And then I would see him at the Park Jam occasionally. He would be up there. But yeah, love that brother. Haven't seen him for a little while. Well, it's probably been. I think the last time I saw him was right before COVID. So that's still been a little while. But big ups to the Cold Crush brothers as a whole. Let's keep going. Oh, here we go. Go to Fantastic Romantic right there. And which way? And if you look real close right up in there, can you see that? That's Grand Wizard Theodore's signature right there. And there he is with the red Kango. Another stand-up brother. Another stand-up brother. And let me go back and say about Kaz. Kaz is like, all of those guys I mentioned, they're like really cool, laid back. JDL was like that dude. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no filter. He tell it like it is. Grandmaster Kaz is like the coolest dude. Like he's like that. He's like a mix between he's just a cool. He's like the coolest. He's like always on point with the cool. Like he's just that guy. Like you'll never see him slipping in any way. He's like the same cool whenever whenever you see him. So big ups to Kaz. And Kaz is in here a few times, so oh yeah, here's another JDL. What does it say? It says, to my man D, yo, I had a great time today chilling with you. Stay true always. JDL Cold Crush. So this obviously was the day we hung out in Manhattan at the pizza shop. And that's, Cold Crush doing their thing. Actually, Cold Crush on this page. This page is Special K. I'm sorry, not Special K. LA Sunshine from the Treacherous 3. Get that right. Alright, let's keep it moving. Ooh, it's got a whole thing in here with Buddy Esquire flyers. Oh, here we go. Check this out. Another Cold Crush signature. Easy AD. Right there. 2023. Oh, here's another Easy AD. Both of these are Easy AD. So, check this out. I got to tell you this story. I was at the Park Jam. I thought this was last. Oh, this was 2027. And this was 2023. That's weird because I am 100% positive. No, both of them 2027. What am I saying? Both of these are 2023. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I got both of these autographs at the same time. So, I don't know. Easy AD is not... I think he's one... Let me just put it like this. I remember one time asking them for an autograph, and he was just like, nah. And I was like, oh, all right. I was trying to get an autograph on one of my records. And then I saw him the next day. These are both at Crotona Park. And then I asked him if he could sign my record, and then he signed it. And then just 2023, I thought it was last year, but that was the year before. 24, 20. This was 2024, but he put 2023 because this was definitely last year. Anyway, I go up to him with my book. He's sitting on the stage, and I say, "Hey, man, could you sign my book for me?" And he goes, I don't really like signing stuff because people, they sell stuff, they get autographs and this, that, and the other thing, and then they go off and sell it, blah, blah, blah. I said, yo, let me tell you something, man. I said, I bought this directly from Joe when it came out, after it came out. I bought it right here in the park. I said, I've been on the Hush tour with JDL. I go, Grandmaster Cass is in this book like a few times, like a handful of times he's in there. I go, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, or I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I said, I've been coming to these jams since 2007. I said, I bought this book in 2008. I'm like, this book ain't going nowhere. And he just looked at it, and he just took the marker from my hand. Not in a bad, aggressive way, but he took the marker. I think he was just like, okay, all right, you're a real one. And he signed both of these for me. And so I was very, very happy about that. Big ups to my man, Easy AD from the legendary Cold Crush. Oh, here's one that was 2023. This must have been the same year. This is Funky 4+1 performing. And there's Little Rodney C. That's another brother I've met many times. Love him to death. Love the Funky 4 to death. We got another Tony Tone right there, standing next to the incredible DJ Charlie Chase. Man, this book is so cool. Ooh, I forgot about this one. Another brother right here. This was the scene from the Wild Style. Was that the Wild Style one? Yeah, that's from Wild Style. And right down here, rest in peace, we got Dada Rock from Fantastic. Man. Like, they show a whole lot of records that were just an integral part of the early culture and all of that. He covers a lot of ground in this book. Oh, here we go. There's another Kaz for you. With Mr. Magic. Let's see who else we can find. There's this one picture, that did I pass it by? There's this one picture that I definitely wanted to highlight if I could. I definitely got at least one more signature that I definitely want to show you. Okay, so, oh wait, there's a few. Oh, I didn't get, oh wow. So, there's Grand Wizard Theodore, who has his own little kind of write-up in here. And then, of course, the man himself, Joe Conzo. And then I know there's a few more signatures that I probably missed on, because I definitely got I know I got Kaz in here at least 4 or 5 times. Okay, so check this out. That is Tony Tone and Kool Herc. Kool Herc was at the park one day, and I go up to him with my book, and I was like, yo, Herc, could you sign my book for me? And he had his arms crossed just like this, you know, like he in this picture. And he goes, he just looks at the book and goes, I don't support that book. Nah. And he just He's just looking away. He was standing there. Some female was standing near him, and he just like looked over. I don't support that book, and just looked away. And I was just like, oh, all right. Anyway, Kool Herc's a jerk. Been a jerk for a minute. Yeah, I said it. If you want to hear more about that, check out my video called The Worst People I've Met in Hip Hop. And it'll go a little more in detail about that. Anyway, enough about that. I just wanted to show you guys my book, Born in the Bronx, by Joe Conzo. I should say my copy of Joe Conzo's book, Born in the Bronx. That sounds better. But like I said, I've been taking this book back and forth to New York like every year and seeing who else I could get in here. And yeah, that's what time it is. All right. How many of you guys have this book? Let me know. And if you have it and you've read it, let me know what you think. All right. Until next time, this is Daryl D signing off. Thank y'all for hanging out. Peace to Joe Conzo. Later.